Our final guest speaker, who flew in all the way from Gator Country, is Evangelo Morris, a combat veteran turned motivational speaker and narrator. He has visited 45 countries and given hundreds of speeches in 20 years. From the Pentagon to U.S. Special Operations Command, Vann communicates his respect and love for our country and its flag like few others do and few others can. We need this message now more than ever. We are so honored and truly privileged to have him here with us today. Please give a warm Pac Northwest welcome for Vann Morris.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here today. And to Leslie and to the staff and other leadership, thank you for allowing me to have just a small opportunity to make an impact on this great occasion. I'm delighted to be here. And I want to thank you all for being here as well. It's so important that you are here today. And also I want to acknowledge our virtual audience that are watching online. We thank you for giving us your time to be here today. I want to recognize you. My friends, 9/11 created a paradigm shift in the way that we do business and in the way that we govern. But it also caused us to draw closer to God. It unified us. It made us stronger. And it made us better appreciate the core values that our flag represents. And that is something to be thankful for. I will tell you that there are certain things that happened that came about because of 9/11, one of which is the creation of the Homeland Security Department. Also, all of our branches of service, their duties and responsibilities increased with regards to anti-terrorism and force protection. That includes our special operations forces. We became stronger. But God's hand of grace and favor is not on America because we're stronger. It's on America because of our compassion. We remember the fallen. We remember the victims of 9/11. We remember the family members that are left behind, especially the children, the 100 or so children that were born after their fathers perished during 9/11. And those people are around 19 or so. God's hands of favor is on us because we remember and we take care of our own. Charity begins at home. And it's important that we understand this. But you know, I have a problem with identifying the victims of 9/11 as just victims because they were so much more than victims. And their family members left behind, they need to understand that there were so much more than victims. The enemy brought war to mainland, and these individuals had to deal with that. They didn't just sit around and wait for the terrorists to have their way. They wrestled the aircraft to the ground so that more Americans do not come in harm's way. They ran into buildings to help somebody while the buildings were coming down. They were on the phone, as you heard, making phone calls to their loved ones, consoling them when they themselves needed to be consoled. That is the heart of America right there. They deserve the same honor that we give our service members who are in war because the war was brought to them. They didn't ask for it, but they found themselves there and they had to deal with it. They didn't ask for the beautiful Twin Towers that stood so majestically to suddenly become rapidly expanding pulverized cement that blanketed lower Manhattan. They didn't ask for our beloved airline industry. All of a sudden, the terrorists take that and turn those aircraft into missiles. But they had to deal with that. We reflect on that today. If it's one thing that I've learned from 9/11, it is that freedom is not free. It comes at a price, and it's been paid for by the casualties of war of 9/11. It's been paid for by our prisoners of war, by our missing in action, by our veterans, many of which are here today, who have accumulated countless injuries and disabilities, some known and unknown, and our outstanding active duty service members who are across the globe fighting the good fight in Afghanistan, Iraq, in Guam, in Korea, in Japan, in Poland, and yes, even occasionally in the South Pole and many other places. They're on board naval platforms, aircraft carriers and cruisers and destroyers and submarines, amphibious platforms. They're in the Air Force, flying sorties and logistics missions. They're ready to make the ultimate sacrifice if necessary, some of which have made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our great nation so that we can have the freedoms, the liberties, the rights that we all enjoy.